Good morning and welcome to What Shape Are You In? I'm excited to be here this morning because Sanders just announced his candidacy, and I thought maybe, he shouldn't run. He's had his time. He had his moment. Now let's let some young people come in. And then I heard him speak, and bam, I was right there again. He spoke to my heart, and he spoke through the noise. So the topic of this, title of this talk is the Archimedes Lever. The Greek philosophers, what we know of them, basically, are little metaphors they left. I mean, you can study them, take philosophy and all that, but what is in the popular mind are the metaphors, like Zeno's arrow and Archimedes' lever. He said, if I had a lever, I could move the world. Now that's a metaphor. You're not going to move the whole world if you had a lever. But you can move the whole world if you had a lever. So what is that lever? And what's the world? And who's going to move it? Let's look. Now, we've been talking about culture. So when I say what shape are you in, what culture are you in? What's shaping your mind? What is shaping your mind? And do you feel stuck? Do you feel like your life is moving? Do you feel joy in your step? Do you wake up excited? Do you wake up pumped up and ready to go? Or is there lethargy, negativity, discontent, not quite ready for the day, a little bored, a little despairing, a little burnout, a little hopeless? You need a lever. You need Archimedes' lever, because that's your world. That's the shape. Our mind is our world. What's shaping our mind? Well, if we're not waking up pumped up and ready to go, excited for the day, ready to meet it, to embrace it as an adventure, looking for surprises, looking for discoveries, looking for insight, understanding. If we're not waking up with that, then we're stuck in time. So I drew this little cartoon. This is Archimedes. This is the world. And remember, when I say the world, it's the world and there's you. In Zen, one of the favorite metaphors is the dewdrop or the puddle. A puddle on the street reflects the moon. The moon is the world. The puddle is you. I live in Blackstone. Blackstone's a puddle that reflects the whole cosmos, the whole world. If you want to understand the world, just understand where you are. If you want to understand mankind, just understand you. You reflect the whole world. You are the world and the world is you. So if you study it out there, what's missing? You. So study yourself, you see. Study yourself in your world, in your backyard, in your house. That is the dewdrop that reflects the moon. If you divide the dewdrop, you divide the world. So let's get back on track here to Archimedes' lever. And I felt like when I listened to Sanders again, declare this man, and what is he, 77? I mean, I'm 82, and he's pumped up and ready to go. He's meeting the world fresh. He's meeting his life fresh, full of energy. Why is that? How can that be? 77, I'm ready to look in my photo album and make pictures of my family, and I was so young then, and look at my dog, died, and looking in the rear view mirror. Sanders gets up, he's looking ahead. And then I thought about the noise. Now, we're in a very noisy time now. We've got how many Democratic candidates? And we'll probably have 2 Republican candidates if Trump isn't in jail. He'd be challenged by somebody. That would be different. But we have a whole band of Democrats, and all of them are playing pretty much the same music. Each one is trying to find a little variation. But the original Harry James of this band of trumpets is Bernie Sanders. He's been playing this idea his whole life. That's why he has authenticity. He didn't just come upon these ideas because it was politically convenient, you see. No, he's been living his ideas. So he comes across from the heart. And all of the Democrats that are playing the music of today, the policies and the dreams and the ideas, are coming from Sanders. But now the world is changing. Look at the difference between just 2 years since the 2016. And we go to 2020, that's 4 years. We're halfway there. And all of the ideas that Sanders was radically talking about, and Hillary was saying, well, you can't get elected with that. Be conservative, be a conservative Democrat. Don't be a progressive Democrat, be conservative. You won't get elected unless you are conservative. Well, look what happened. The radical got elected. But Sanders seeded the population. His ideas took root. People began to move. People began to speak out. Women began to march. The idea of justice, social justice, is a world idea, a lever that can move the world. So what moves the world is not some physical lever, but an idea that has come to time. It's like birth. The fetus is not going to get born until it comes to term, until it is ready, until the world is... A world is not going to move. A world is not going to get born. A world is a baby, an idea, a world. We got to get... I really spend a lot of time trying to understand this myself and trying to explain it to other people. An idea with a capital I is not a thought or a concept. It's not a knowledge that's in a book that you can go get from the library and study it and get a degree on it. That's not an idea with the capital I. An idea with a capital I is not a thought or a concepts and thoughts come in and then try to communicate the idea, but the idea itself is upstream of where we are. In other words, the idea is where we're going, not where we've been. So the idea of a new world, the idea of social justice, the idea of a new house, a new job, a new relationship, you see. All these ideas are upstream of where we are. So they pull us out of where we are into the unknown, and we give birth and make that idea manifest. And then, of course, it begins to get stuck in time, so we need a new idea. And that's the way it goes. So we've been stuck in time here. For the last 40, 50 years, we've been stuck in time, and we have been fighting a divided America. Left and right, up and down, whatever you want to call it, everything is divided into this polarization. And when you're polarized, that means when you have, all right, in your own mind, you can see polarization. It's when you have a monologue. Suppose you don't. Should I take this job or not? Or should I go there or not? And they both have value, so I can't choose. So what happens? The mind starts going in a monologue. An Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail. Yes. The Ouroboros. When this baby gets going, we're stuck. And it can be a society, it can be a religion, it can be, and it's you. It always begins with you. If you have a monologue going, that means you're stuck. You should have done something different. I should do this. But I can't. If I did that, well, then I wouldn't do this. If I did this, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, what should I do? Wow, 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 wow. Turn it off. I can't stop thinking. I can't get off the hamster wheel. My mind's going wow, 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 wow. Why does it do that? You're stuck. That's what people get stuck in the sand. They just spin the wheels. The guy in the light, I use this as my favorite metaphor. Guy had a powerful V8 truck. Oh, he was so proud of that and got stuck in the mud and the grass across the street from me. And what did he do? He just kept pumping the power. And he kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. He was using his strength, and it became a weakness. So that creates the monologue. We try to do what works, and it just gets us deeper and deeper. Something is missing. We need a new idea. Now, a new idea is whole. An old idea is divided against itself. So America has been divided against itself, and we elected a fellow who promised to get us unstuck, but what did he do? He created a wall. Instead of getting us unstuck, he just pumps the gas, and the wheels go whoop, whoop, whoop down deeper and deeper. He's not a new idea. Now, until the time is right, a new idea is not going to move us because we still got some old ideas we want to try. We still got an old strategy. I still got some things I want to do. So I'm not ready to try something I haven't done before. That's too risky. I'll do what I used to do. I mean, that worked in the past. That worked. My daddy always got out of trouble that way. I'll do that, you see. And we just gun that sucker and it goes deeper, deeper down in the mud, you see. Until we realize that all of our strategies have just created the Ouroboros. Wah, 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 wah. Stress, tension, pain, suffering, anger. You get caught in an Ouroboros. It's a whirlpool. You get angry. You blame. Why are we stuck? It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Facebook, Ouroboros. Wah, wah, wah. Your opinion's bad. No, my opinion. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Nobody wants to see a new idea as long as you have investment in your old ideas. So have we come to a point in our history where the investment in our old ideas is obviously not working? Trump didn't work. The old Clinton, Hillary didn't work. Old ideas. What's a new idea? Well, Bernie Sanders, for me, has lived his idea his whole life, so that makes him authentic. When you live your idea, you don't give it up, you don't bend, you don't blow over, you maintain your independence. You live that idea, that vision. It becomes you, the vision becomes you. You are that idea. You are giving that idea flesh and blood. I mean, that was what Christianity was all about. Jesus gave flesh and blood to an idea, created a religion. Martin Luther King, flesh and blood to an idea, became a movement. Is Sanders that? I don't know. But I do know, for me, that he cuts through the noise. And I feel moved. And you see, when the idea moves, it starts moving. Time is change. Time is change. So when we get in alignment with change, we start moving. if we're out of alignment with change in our personal life or in our social or in our culture, you see, we get stuck and we start blaming each other because we're not moving. We need a new idea. The idea comes from outside of the world. So Sanders comes from outside of politics. That's why he's maintained his independence. He's not a Democrat, you see. And so he says, well, I'm a democratic socialist. What does that mean? It means it's outside. It's a new idea outside of the old idea that is past its time. The world has moved on. We have moved on as a people. We're not living in a black and white world of the old South, you see. We're not living in a, who was that post artist who painted America? I can't think of his name, but the guy, the Saturday Evening Post guy. I got a block against his name, but the old America, you know, of the milkman and the paper boy, and everybody's white, and the black people are all maids and elevator boys. You know, that world doesn't exist. Time has changed, so we need a lever. Archimedes wants a lever. If he had one idea that came from outside of the world idea, he could move the world if the timing is right. If the timing is right. If the timing's not right, it ain't going to move. We're going to spin the wheels. We got some more gas in the truck. You see. And I'm not going to be ready for a new idea until my gas tank is empty. Until my gas tank is empty. So have we reached a point where our gas tank is empty and we're ready for a lever, for a new idea, for a movement? Are we ready for movement? I hope so. Thanks for dropping in.